Hello everybody, welcome back to Milkweeds and Roses. We just had a pretty good little downpour. Another one. I don't know what's going on in your corner of the world, but man, we have had way too much rain and a lot of heat. My Zone 5B garden comes with not just 4 seasons, but it seems like 5. You know, you've got spring, summer, fall, winter, almost spring, then spring. It's just a lot of rain comes with some of those. Or it could be conversely drought. I mean, certainly have plenty of years like that. But I'm out here today checking on things, deadheading some plants, and also making some time and some room to put a couple of plants in some spaces that need it. I have some flowering tobacco plants that have outgrown their pot. And I also have a yarrow that I picked up a good deal at my local garden store, and I've got to find a place for that. So it's a great pollinator plant. It's a great perennial. It comes back, needs full sun, I know that much, but I just want to figure out where I would put it that would be the best possible site. I do have some really pretty things to show you too in the meantime. Let me show you. Oh, one of them is right here behind me. Do you see this? Look at this. Can you see? That is Mrs. Robert Bryden. I have 2 clematis wound around that trellis, so it just looks like a tall climbing mound. They're not actually vining clematis. It's a trailing or sprawling clematis. So that's why I had to attach it to that trellis. But they look good and they're in full bloom, and the pollinators love them. My dahlia are now blooming, although frankly there's more foliage than blooms. That's probably a fertilizer thing, or maybe it has to do with the rain. Geez, I don't know. Also, I have so many other things putting on some great growth. Some roses that are in their second bloom. Come along, let me show you. So I have Edge of Joy dahlia here, and take a look at this. Can you see? This is not unusual. Pretty flower, but look what's resting behind it. A bumble is just chilling out here behind it. This one, there he is. Look at that. Just chilling out. Maybe he has to dry off a little bit. I don't know, but I see that every once in a while in my garden. Pretty neat. So we'll just leave him be. My thornless blackberry behind him is certainly taken off. No fruit yet, no flowers yet. I'm new to growing fruit, so we'll just see how that goes. And look at, there's another resting bumble. There he is, on top of my butterfly weed. It's a type of pollen plant for pollinators as well. And I did put on, notice the yellow there, that's aphids. So I noticed this milkweed, maybe that happens to yours as well. They are a real magnet for aphids. So I don't put any insecticide on there because nature finds a way. In the meantime though, I have added beneficial insects to this. There's several different types, and you know, what they do is they go after aphids. See, because these guys, now he's waking up, coming back around. Little breeze stirred him awake. Maybe he's dried off. Oh, off to the hive. It's still early morning here. But I use these beneficial insects instead. I happen to get this particular subscription from Heirloom Roses. It comes like every other month or so. And I do that until roughly September. This is the last month I'll do it. And from there on, we'll just see how things take off. But I think it has made a difference anyway for me. Again, this is not a sponsor or a, you know, they don't pay me anything. I buy it outright. But just a series of trial and error here just to see how things are working. And so far, I think that does help. I have some other things. I keep this deadheaded, when I can. There's some other flowers that will be late to be deadheaded. But check out this self-seeded verbena, it's nice and airy. It's pretty. This is a verbena Bampton that I planted over here last year. And of course, it's not hardy in this zone, but they are known for reseeding, and they've done that. I also have some phlox, which I believe is reseeded here, which is cool. Hey, I'll take it. Ferns are looking good, of course, because this is their kind of weather. Same thing with the astilbe. And that grass. I have some Honorine Jobert anemone getting all budded up and ready to bloom. In here, some coneflowers, which I think are so cool. They're pretty. They're kind of hidden, but still, it's kind of nice. And Millennium Allium, teeny tiny little bees on there. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, it's just, I think it looks so pretty. I've got a definite theme here, and it's purple. It's a light lavender purple. Now this is the bee magnet right here, Blue Fortune Agastaki. I mean, it is just literally a swarm in the summertime. I don't know if you can see that here with my camera, but it's almost every single panicle is swarming with bees, and not just bumbles, but different kinds of bees. Honeybees and bumbles and all kinds of things. So they just love it. My night owl rose has its second bloom. Boy, the rain is hard on these roses, isn't it? See, I go to knock the rain off and the petals come off. But I like this pretty color. It seems to echo the theme we've got going on here. And this is my morning glory. You really have to stay on top of this thing because it can be really thuggish. But again, it's more purple blooms in here, which it's just kind of consistent, so I like that. We keep that going. More Millennium Allium. This is my Seven Sun shrub, which I am starting to, prune up into tree form. It's budding up, and growing up it is a hyacinth bean, which hasn't flowered yet. But she's grabbing a hold of him and then going over the fence, which is what I had in mind. And here, when I look back over the trellis, my Agastaki my clematis that I had went kaput, my Tangutica. Blue light is still there, but it doesn't put on a second bloom. I'm not anticipating that. So that's why it's nice to have the morning glory, which put itself there, even though that's on the shady side of the arbor. I love to have these covered in vines. It gives a nice, little feel of a flower sanctuary. Just a nice way to honor the entrance of the garden, of the backyard garden. And I do trim that down to the ground. And I try to keep on top of all the little seedlings that appear. Like after these blooms are done, hummingbirds love these too. After these blooms are done, then you have to cut off the little seed pods that are left. If you don't want to do that, it's kind of piddly work. Then, in the spring, just be watching for a lot of little seedlings that will come up and pull them. They're easy to pull. Just pull those as they come up. But yeah, she's putting on a nice little flower show here. And I do have a thalictrum. Where did I see that? A thalictrum in bloom. They're real subtle flowers. Oh, isn't that pretty? Again, I've got more of the same theme going on here. But it's so nice. Let's see if I can get that in focus. Hello. Yeah, sweet little flowers. Teeny tiny. I see little bees on that. So she's back in there too. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's go over the fence and see what we have going on. Oh, I have a dahlia that I didn't stake up, which I have, it's now a step over dahlia. How about that? But getting ready to bloom. I'll watch for it. She's kind of mashing a phlox down here, I see. But again, it all sort of finds its way, doesn't it? Yeah. And this mass of hosta in my oak leaf hydrangea. Yet to see a bloom from that. It was part of one in the backyard that on the south end that I split, transplanted half of it here. So seems healthy. My favorite coneflower is one that just planted itself. Don't look at the weeds. But isn't she pretty? I just think so. Okay. Step over here, see how things are doing. Yeah, the rain is so devastating to these things. But we still have some more blooms on my cookies and cream yet to come. Lobelia, I've seen hummingbirds on this. Cardinalis. Lobelia, so beautiful. And look at my hibiscus in the background. Isn't she pretty? Just picks up the red of the lobelia, the center, the cranberry, and the pink. So gorgeous. And with my Joe Pye weed. And an airplane. It's always the way. Some more little additions, still doing well. The rose, my first ever knockout rose, is putting on tons of growth, tons of leaves. They are known for being vigorous. But I kind of like seeing that agastache over the top of the fence. So yeah, I like the way my newest garden is going so far. Remember the coral bells we planted? See, I think it's a nice little tie-in to that color, weaving through there. And how it looks, the garden looks from inside looking out, also matters. Just ask my cat, Sushi. But yeah, what is the view going to look like? So when I'm considering where to put the flowering tobacco, how would adding a tall white plant to this look? And is the lighting right? Is the moisture level right? So the view from the inside looking out also matters when I'm considering where to put these plants. So this is the flowering tobacco plant. I grew these from seed, and they're overgrown in here. They need more space because this is how they can grow. Super neat and so fragrant. And yes, hummingbirds love these too. So do moths. You really can tell their fragrance at night. So I need to figure out what, you can see they get quite tall. So I need to figure out where I can put those. I could sneak them back here by the phlox. I do have a couple others I put in back there. You can't see right now, they're being hidden by the bearded iris foliage. But that is a possibility. Tucked in there behind the fairy house, possibly. They do need full sun. Okay, then I look down here. My ivy geranium, doing well. Let's see what we have. Okay, here's the yarrow. I've deadheaded it and put some of the stems and things there, because when it's a scented plant like this, it's a good way to thwart diggers and rabbits. But check out Thomas Becket. Pretty. Like that. And they're sitting pretty. She's been beat up by the rain. but they're just so gorgeous. I don't know if I can, he's a little floppy, but wow, check out that color. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful and really smells great, I can tell you that. So, well, I could put some yarrow in there, take out the weedy bird's foot trefoil, and maybe put that in there. Take a look. That might work because there's a spot, right here in front. I'd have to pull up the rocks and cut through landscape fabric, no doubt, because it is just a mess in there. All right, that's one possibility. What have we got over here? Yeah, in the spring with these hydrangeas, they take up way too much room to sneak a yarrow in there. I thought about that. But I have a clematis simu, which is still growing but hasn't put on any flowers. It had a little bit of dieback here for whatever reason. Along with Cosmic Cloud. She did have a brief second bloom. She's young. It's just her first year, so I'm not too worried about that. So, let's see what else we can do. There's my rogue pieweed, Joe pieweed. I suppose I should cut the seed head off so that he doesn't, they are proliferous reseeders. So, plus he's got some scorching here anyway. So I think I'll just cut him down now and put the seed head, in the landscape where it'd be okay if they reseed. So let's see what we've got here. Generous gardener. Again, it's rain, so I bet the minute I touch these, yeah, let's see how they just shatter. They were beautiful though, tell you what. Yeah, but she puts on a real show. And I've worked a little bit on we have some congestion here with these roses. She grows so vigorously that, oh, so pretty. And again, pollinators love that open stamen. And she's got more over there for the neighbors to take a look at. Isn't she pretty? Smells good, strong, healthy, fast grower. This is New Dawn. This is why I put her next to New Dawn, because they remind me of each other. Her petals are a little more sturdy on the vine, for sure. It's a tough spot. It's probably a little too shady and moist down at the bottom, but see how she finds a way and grows into the sun. Sweet Autumn Clematis is going for it. Geez, I have to shore that back up again, don't I? She's kind of slipping off the arch because she's so huge. I probably need to sort that out somehow. Well, goodness. Okay. What have I got in here? Again, looking for a space for yarrow. Pardon my finger. So this is going to be gorgeous when she blooms, which should be maybe end of the month. I don't know about sooner. I keep getting blooms once in a while here from Teresa Bonet. Little clusters. But yeah, it'll be cool. Well, now I could put it in here, tuck it in there. Need to cut back some of my Nepeta, don't I? Or I could sneak it here. That might be a good spot. Some deadheading to do. And this is, I believe, meant to be Agastaki, and this one is usually covered in pollinators too, and I love that. Certainly a more dainty flower, but a pretty color. So gorgeous. My favorite rose. I have no idea what the name is. If you know, please tell me. Well, has some fragrance, not super strong. That's what the leaves look like. hardy, obviously, to zone 5 or possibly 4. But I have no idea what it is. So cool though. So I'm getting a flush of new growth here on my salvias and different things here. Bees love that. My, dahlia getting ready to bloom. I planted an Angelica gigas back in here and I haven't seen it. This is a dahlia. So I don't know what happened to it. Cute little sedum down there putting on some seed heads. And my surprise lily, isn't that so pretty? So gorgeous. Look at the gradation of color, just the subtlety. It's just beautiful. Love that. And my little birds here, my little wrens, have fledged. But I loved having them here because they go after little caterpillars that land on the roses. They're voracious bug eaters, so I'm definitely keeping that birdhouse there. Got a coneflower blooming. More blooms yet to come. Some baptisia, which has some seed pods in it. I don't know how they are as far as reseeding, how vigorous, but we'll find out, I guess. This is my mum, which I cut back. Now it's putting on some growth. Might be blooming soon. My cosmos, that needs to be deadheaded desperately. I gotta go back and get my clippers. And check out English Miss. Oh, isn't she pretty? Yay. It stays pretty dry hugged up here next to the house, so I do, pardon my finger, I do have to make sure to water her. There's a troublemaker who lives down there. I'm gonna tell you what. My rose, this is probably my oldest rose. Still doing well. I keep cutting it back. It's just a perpetual bloomer. It really doesn't have any fragrance. But pollinators love the open stamens. And I notice in the fall when it's cooler, it gets more of a blush tone to it. So that's kind of neat. A lot of growth here from these roses. Louise Clement and Quicksilver. I need to deadhead this one. Quicksilver. To deadhead that one. This is Louise Clements. So what I need to do with these long canes again is stake them horizontally and attach it to that. I need to do that so that grows more sprouts on the horizontal that will flower. Let me put her over there just to try to remind myself. Same thing here, Viking Queen. She's vigorous. Or I'm sorry, Quicksilver. Here's Quicksilver. Lady in Red. These are kind of gone. This one's fresher though. Look how pretty. Intense red with these nice fat buds. I think this is actually from Quicksilver sneaking over in the back. So that's fine. No sign of my Stochisia. But Stand By Me clematis continues to bloom. I mean, I keep deadheading these little seed heads, and she throws out more blooms. They're not very big, but they're so cute. I really like them. Now I deadheaded this one, the two back in here. I had Nubia and, what was my other one? Niobe. Nubia and Niobe, and they haven't rebloomed. Plenty of moisture, I believe, but, oh, you can tell where the birds have gone. Did you hear it? They always sound like rattlesnakes when they try to warn you off. Oh, honeybee. Okay, so I'm thinking, you'd either put the yarrow there or down here. And I'll see how that works. I probably won't know until I dig in there to see if I run into tulips or other bulbs or something else, but I might try those 2 spots. Oh, I take it back. There is birdies in there. Whoop, did you see that? All right. Sorry, baby. I'll get away. All right. Let's get on over here. Mosey back. So in the end, I decided to put the yarrow in my rose garden. And here's a look at the tag. Really cold hardy, and it does like to stay moist at first. As for the flowering tobacco, I decided to add that to the front black gum tupelo tree bed. So, and I'm hoping that the scent of the flowering tobacco will stop the rabbits from going after my coneflowers. They get smaller and smaller every time I come out here and look at them. But I do know that there is an issue with this ground even before I dig. And sure enough, yeah, huge tree roots from the 40-year-old ash tree. Even though we had the stump ground down, its roots remain in the ground, so I've got to work around that. Found a planting pocket, put the mulch back in place, and I think this nice chartreuse will be a pretty contrast here with the rest of the garden bed that I've got going on. So they will get tall and flowering 3 to 4 feet if all goes well. But from where they're planted, I think that's going to work out just fine. And it's not like they're going to shield the tree at all. So it's going to get plenty of light, full sun, because it gets morning sun as well as afternoon sun. But I did decide to split up the flowering tobacco because it was root bound. So I planted one half there and the other half next to my Agastache, this blue raspberry Agastache. And again, the rabbits really come after the hostas here, so almost everything is under a cage, but they don't bother the Agastache, and I don't think they'll bother the flowering tobacco as well. So it's going to go right there. Now, the rest of it, I also have a woolly thyme, and since it's supposed to be good for rock garden planting, I'm putting it in the front bed here next to the Japanese maple. So it can go ahead and sprawl over the rocks. I had to dig through, landscape material that was down there and a whole bunch of rocks. It was not a fun job, but in the end, I do think it's going to work well here. Well, that's it for today. I got those 3 things done that I wanted to do, and it's starting to heat up. It's approaching 11 o'clock now, so wow, just kind of intolerable out here. I think you can do big jobs and be the only gardener in your garden if you take manageable bites. That seems to be my motto. So you don't burn yourself out, hurt yourself, wear yourself out. Just piecemeal things if you have to, okay? So I feel good that I got a lot done today. That's what it feels like. Even though it was just 3 major things, it'll still count. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll keep you posted on how everything is growing, and I hope that you do the same. I do hope you subscribe to the channel and like this video. Let me know what questions you have, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me.
Did I wake you? Sleeping dogs, sleeping lazy dogs. It's too hot to go outside. Is it too hot? It's too hot. Even for Chihuahua.